Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Oh, shit. Shalom. Shalom. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969. And what is that truth? That truth is that the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called natives are the true biblical Jews of the Bible. Hey, I'm Officer Mathum. This is tonight's class is the law class. You understand? Where we get into all kinds of, biblical teachings of the law. We also talk about the laws of the earth. You understand? The laws of America. What's the title of the class? America's laws.
The Most High laws are not America's laws.
Most High's laws are not America's laws.
AKA America's laws
are made to be broken. You understand? America's laws are made to be broken. Think about it, right? We're looking at what Trump doing since Trump has been back in office. He has broken all America's laws, the laws that of course, he's a felon, but these laws that America has created, they make sure we abide by these laws. But America shows us, the oppressors of America show us that America's laws are made to be broken. You understand? But the Most High's laws were made to be upheld. Most High's laws are made to be upheld by the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called natives, who are the biblical Jews of the Bible. You understand? We are the 12 tribes of Israel, and we are bound by the Most High's laws. You understand? Those laws were created for us and only us. You understand? Because we were disobedient, you understand? And being disobedient, we gave up our place in the earth. We gave rulership to the oppressor.
Right.
Come on, sir. Lie, sir. It's good. It's good right there. You understand? We gave up rulership to the oppressor. And now the oppressor rules the earth. And the oppressor makes the laws of the earth. You understand? And we're going to get into these biblical laws, you understand, and the differences between the Most High's laws and America's laws. You understand?
Right.
Let me ask a question. Why did the Most High give Israel laws? Somebody tell me, why did America, you understand, give Israel laws? Give the 12 tribe laws. I'm gonna give you 20 seconds on that. See if somebody can answer that. Why did the Most High give Israel laws? You understand?
While we waiting for him, we'll give a shout out to Officer 50 Ganaya Allah.
What's going on, Ganaya Allah?
And also Sister Inez.
Sister Inez, what's going on, Sister Inez?
If y'all can to support this truth, also remember to like the live,
hit that like button, hit that share button. Hey, we got the Passover coming up. Make sure you pay your Passover fee. You understand?
It's gonna be we're gonna have a basketball and football, a 3-point shootout. At this year's Passover, we're gonna have a 3-point shootout.
A 3-point shootout. I might win that.
And a football like quarterback throwing competition with a cash prize.
Oh, cash! I might win that one.
Yeah, bring your A game.
Yeah, I got to work the show.
Officer Kazak said, "Yeah, you got to beat him."
I got to work the show that out.
Got with God.
Yeah, you know. Anybody? Did we get an answer on that? Why did the Most High give Israel laws? Most High gave Israel laws to separate us from the other nations. You understand? Because we are his chosen people. He chose us above all nations. You understand? He gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? He gave us those because he needed us to have morality. You understand? We had to have love. You understand? The laws taught us to give our brothers and sisters love. You understand? It taught us morality. It taught us compassion, empathy for other people. You understand? Especially the other people in our own tribes, in our own nation. You understand? And it's prevalent today that we have lost morality. You understand? We don't show that same love that the Most High taught us. You understand? By using these laws, statutes, and commandments. And because we're under America's laws, we have lost all morality. We believe in America. We believe in the spirit of America. And that's why we're destroyed as a nation. Think about this, right? We always talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma. We always talk about Black Wall Street. We always say we know why Black Wall Street fell, because the oppressor burned it down and things like that. But most importantly, Black Wall Street fell because they lost the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. They weren't following the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if you think about it, right, even as today, we have Blacks, Hispanics, and Natives who are in the upper echelon of the oppressor and continually keep us oppressed and have and keep the oppressors, keep the oppressors system in place. You understand? By keeping us in the places that we are, by keeping us oppressed. Red line laws. Think about a lot of our upstanding people that we have always been taught to look up to in history, right? Thurgood Marshall. Let's think about Clarence Thomas. Both of these was supposedly upstanding brothers, but what did they do? They were against Blacks, Hispanics. You understand? Meaning, what I mean when I say that, they down-talked Blacks and Hispanics, especially Thurgood Marshall. He believed that poor Blacks should not be able to reproduce. Think about that, right? As a Black and Hispanic, you have somebody who's in a position of power, who's siding with the oppressor, believing that Blacks and Hispanics that are below the poverty line should not be able to reap. You understand? That's terrible thinking. And that's what keeps us down, because the people we have in those power positions are in power positions upholding the system of the oppressor. You understand? Eugenics, yeah, exactly, with Margaret Sanger. You understand? And not only that, W.E.B. Du Bois, somebody else who we also looked up to. Yes, he was. Remember, Margaret Sanger actually got a lot of her quotes that she had in that letter from W.E.B. Du Bois. You understand? So that's something that's real. They got that. This is the reason why W.E.B. Du Bois told Margaret Sanger that she needed to go to the preachers and she needed to go to the doctors. You understand? And people of upstanding, that upstanding character that Black people really looked up to. That's how you destroy a people. You understand? You go to their leaders. You understand? But let's get back into these. Let's get back into this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Give me that one comment. Who was that?
Officer 50 said, is it because he wanted us to be different from the other nations Our laws makes us different.
Con. That's exactly right. You understand? Our laws is what makes us above all nations. You understand? Our laws give us morality. Our laws give us a solid foundation. You understand? If you look at America, America's laws are not on a solid foundation. And think about this. They call America the United States, right? But how can states be united if every time you go to a different state, laws change from state to state?
Right.
That's not being united. You understand? You have nations, you have states fighting against states. Whenever you have blue and you have red states, that means these states are in opposition. You understand? A house divided against itself cannot stand. You understand?
Right.
And when we look at the laws of America, we have multiple states against each other in one way or another. But when you look at the laws of the Most High, the laws of the Most High tells us that we have to be on one accord. We all have to look at the laws the same way. We are taught the laws the same way. Listen, if you go to any school in the ISUPK, every school teaches these laws, statutes, and commandments the exact same way. That's how we're taught. You understand? It says, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Gathering ourselves together, meaning we have to be together and be on the same accord. You understand? The scriptures tell us that we have to be on the same accord. America's laws are made to be broken. You understand? And if, like we said earlier, when you look at President Trump, look at how he's destroying and picking the Constitution apart.
Right.
You have all of these lawyers, all of these doctorate lawyers, and all of these people who are analysts, and they can't put two and two together to stop Trump in doing what he's doing. You understand? The Constitution, he's just tearing that apart.
Right.
He's doing exactly what he wants to do. And that goes to show you that America's laws are made to be broken. You understand? And though, just like you said, Officer Korah, is to set Israel apart from the other nations. You understand?
Our laws is very anti-other nations.
Exactly. Our laws are anti-other nations. You understand?
Especially when you was in Egypt, you'll see a lot of what the Egyptians was doing. We can't do.
Right. Well, it's exactly what Salakia Captain Saparia said it perfectly. Our laws told us when we were in Egypt that we could not do the things that the Egyptians did. You understand? Shaving the head, shaving the beard. You understand? Wearing the clothes of a woman. You understand? We got all of those laws in our scripture, even the things that they ate.
That's exactly what the Egyptians was doing.
Right.
It's very anti-African. It's very, our laws is very
anti-African,
anti-heathen.
Anti-heathen. Yeah, because that encapsulates all of them. All of them. You understand? I want to grab that first scripture I want to grab is Deuteronomy 4. And we're going to read a little bit from Deuteronomy 4. We're going to start at verse 1.
Come.
Let me know when you got it. What? Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool, Cap. I'll let you know, Cap. Relax, Cap. Relax. Relax, you know. But our laws are anti-heathen. These laws are not for the heathen. But by us following the laws, would make the heathens want to follow us. That means the heathens would be under our rulership. But because we did not follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, the reverse is just what's happening right now. You understand? Yeah, in the future, they're not going to have no choice. But for right now, what we're doing is we're gathering ourselves together. You understand? And following the laws gives us that blueprint. The law, statutes, and commandments are the blueprint to rulership. America's laws are the blueprint to destruction. You understand? That's why we in the midst of World War III right now. And listen, you know what's crazy, Cap, is a lot of the analysts now are speaking that We're in the beginning of World War III now. People are starting to, I don't want to say realize it, but they are accepting it. You understand? You ready? Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now, therefore, hearken, O Israel.
Hey, listen, it's telling us to hearken. Listen, O Israel. You understand? And that's the problem with us now. We don't listen. But the scriptures are telling us to listen, O Israel. Go ahead.
Unto the statutes and unto the judgments.
Unto the statutes and judgments. Go ahead.
Which I teach you.
Which we are doing right now. The Most High is teaching right now, teaching these statutes and these judgments. Go ahead.
For to do them, that ye may live and go in the possess and go in and possess the land.
And for the heaviest thing right there is for to do them ye may live. You understand? To follow the laws, statutes, and commandments is to live. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You said it. You went through it too fast.
Nah, I mixed it. I missed it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We'll start it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them that ye may live.
It says, for to do them that ye may live. You understand? Following these laws, statutes, and commandments, following the laws, statutes, and commandments allows us to live in righteousness. You understand? To live under the Most High in righteousness. Go ahead.
And go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your father giveth you.
Hey, listen, if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, if we come together and follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, we'll possess the land. We'd be running America if we followed the laws, statutes, and commandments. These laws, statutes, and commandments give us understanding. It helps us to understand who our enemies are. And that's the problem with us today, is we don't understand who our enemies are. We think everybody is our friend. Just like we always say, we believe this is one big melting pot where everybody comes together. It's one big kumbaya. Christianity reigns, and we're going to live after we go to heaven and flying with the angels and all of that. It has us to believe that. You understand? We destroyed as a people because we believe in America. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 3.
2.
Verse 2. Ye shall not add word.
Go ahead.
Which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, out from it, Salakia, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you.
And that's what the oppressor does. The oppressor adds to his laws. He takes from his laws. He breaks his own laws. But the Most High tells us not to add, not to diminish. You understand? And not to add and diminish. That's what these other heathens do to the scriptures. You understand? But we are not to do that. We are to follow the letter to the law. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Lord did because of Baal Peor, for all the men that follow Baal Peor. The Lord thine God have destroyed them from among you.
And that's what's happening. These nations of people, or our people who follow America. You follow America, you will be destroyed. You understand? And in those end days, the people who are still following America will be destroyed, just like the people who follow Baal Peor. You understand? They were destroyed. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But ye that did cleave unto the Lord your God are alive, every one of you this day.
Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and you will be alive. You will live. You understand? We will be in righteousness. You understand? These laws, statutes, and commandments have our morality. Listen, this is our moral compass. America tells us that it's okay to be LGBTQ, but the law, statutes, and commandments tells us that we are not to live like that. But look at our people today. And listen, they making us the face of the LGBTQ. You understand? Following America's laws. You understand? And then they make us the butt end of every joke. You understand? We look a big up or you understand a high five, but they not. They making us the back end of everything. We the back end of what is that? The most dangerous people in America.
Right.
Number one in heart disease. Number one in every category.
Right.
Think about this. Other nations come over here and say that we lazy and don't know what to do. You understand? And they come over here and they get their fill right off of us.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I may, I was just watching a video. Lately, I've been watching a lot of documentaries. I was just watching a video of the FBA going up against the African.
Right.
And they debating about, why y'all can't do what Africans do here. And
Right.
Now exactly what you said, man. It's like the African talking exactly how you just say, how, they're better than us, and how, all the stigmas and the propaganda that's put on black people, that's all they know. They don't know none of anything else.
Exactly. And then we are given that stigma that we are African. So we always trying to buddy up with a nation of people that hate us. You understand? Listen,
Right.
We said the scripture earlier, "O nation not desired." We are the only people that don't understand that these other nations don't desire us. Listen, because they sell to you and because they give you little trinkets and things like that, we truly believe that these other nations desire us. We believe that they love us. You understand? But anybody who's selling you something, anybody who's making money off of you, anybody who's putting their children through college has to act like they love you.
Right.
You understand? Just like, think about it, right? Just like those Arabs in Islam. All of those dudes, when we was in DC that time, and Officer Kazak told them to ask the Arabs for help, right? They couldn't go and ask the Arab for help. But the Arabs called them, what they call them, Aki? Aki?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But when it's time to help Aki out, they ain't nowhere to be found, right?
Right.
Because when they making money off of you, they have to play the role like, we all brothers. That's what they say until it's time to show. You understand? And we seem to be the only people that show when it's time to show. Anything happens, we stand for everybody. We stand for Palestine. We stand for Afghanistan. We stand for the Irish. We stand for every other nation except for our own nation, because we don't follow the laws. The Most High tells us that we are a nation of people that are not desired. Oh, nation not desired. So, go ahead, sir.
That shows you Black Hispanics and Indians are the most caring and endearing nation.
We
Go ahead, yes.
we have sympathy for everybody. We have empathy for everybody. You understand?
Right.
We watch, listen, think about this, right? We can watch an oppressor beat the hell out of one of our women, right? And then we turn around and we see one of us beating the hell out of an oppressor, and one of us will come help the oppressor. When have you ever seen that happen? You understand? That happens often because we have been indoctrinated by America. We follow the laws of America. We follow it to the letter. If we could only follow the law, statutes, and commandments, our own laws, statutes, and commandments, we'd be a great people.
Right.
You understand? I want to drop that scripture, and I want to get Amos chapter 3. And 2.
Amos chapter 3, verse 2.
Hold up for a minute. I grabbed the wrong thing. My bad. I'm looking like, that ain't the right place. Okay, go ahead.
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
And that's the problem with us, right? We don't understand that the Most High, we are the only family that the Most High knows of all the earth. Not that the Most High did not create all of the other nations, but he has a particular love for us.
Right.
You understand? He has a bond with us. That bond is the laws, statutes, and commandments, because he has a great love for us. You understand? And that's the problem with us, is we don't recognize when people have a special love for us. Our king, you understand, has a special love for us, not the other nations. You understand? Start there from the top again.
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Hey, listen, we are who the Most High knows. You understand? Like I said before, not that he doesn't know the other nations, but he has a special, when it's speaking of known right here, that means I have a special relationship with you as a nation. You understand? Not with the other nations, only with Israel, so-called Black, Hispanics, and natives. You got something? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Hey, listen, it says I will punish you for all your iniquities. What is iniquity? What's iniquity? Iniquity is sin against the Most High, being disobedient to the Most High, not following the laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Following America's laws. You understand? Pork, the new white meat. Right. It's okay to be LGBTQ. You understand? And that's where we fall at. Right. Because we follow America so much that we fall into the spirit of America. You understand? We fall into that Star-Spangled Banner. We fall into that, you understand, Pledge of Allegiance. What do we say all the time, right? We always say, when you pledge your allegiance to any nation, you take your allegiance away from your nation. Right. You understand? When you pledge your allegiance of America, you follow the laws of America and you abandon the laws of the Most High.
It's a lot, yeah. For us in the world that could relate, how you gonna pledge to the Crips and then still and still pledge to the Bloods? Right. Somebody gonna get the bad end of the stick.
Right, exactly. Somebody always gets the short end of the stick in anything like that. And that's not no, because we can't compare that like Bloods and Crips, right? But it's good and evil. You understand? You can't pledge evil and say I'm good. You understand? Go ahead, sir. You know what? You can't serve two masters. Salah Shaparia said you can't serve two masters. It's impossible, because you're going to hate one and love the other. You understand? Right. And exactly. If you're going to hate what America does to your people, or you going to hate your people and love America. You understand? You can't serve two masters. And that's what we have a lot of brothers and sisters doing today. And if you look at it, just like we was talking about earlier, you have people that we looked up to, like Martin Luther King. We looked up to Thurgood Marshall. We looked up to W.E.B. Du Bois and all of those other Black leaders that disappointed us. And Black leaders are still disappointing us to this day. Right. You understand? Because they believe in America. Entertainers too. Mayweather. Listen, we all had a spot for Mayweather because of who he was. You understand? But Mayweather, did you see when Salaki? I ain't gonna pull off.
Even before the Israeli stuff.
Right.
Like everybody was like
No.
protesting like
No.
Gucci and
No. Remember this? Remember the blackface the turtlenecks, the blackface turtlenecks.
The Gucci.
And he said, I ain't worried about that.
Yeah,
You
he
understand?
was in there, he was like, I'm trying to get swagged out.
Right. Exactly.
Even on the surface level of you not being in the truth, I get it.
Right.
But like a regular cat in the world, like
So
I mean, right after it,
Right.
after the controversy of
Right.
Gucci, it was Gucci, right?
yeah,
Gucci had a product with a
blackface on the collar.
blackface on the joint, right?
Yeah.
And he went up there like, not to interrupt the cut, but like we put a lot of faith and give a lot of respect, and we looking up to these politicians and these people in authority,
Right.
people in the spotlight, and we expect them to do the right thing. We expect them to be
Upstanding.
and like even on the surface level, something so as carnal as Gucci.
Right.
I'm looking at him like yo, you the greatest box, you the greatest, one of the greatest black athletes of all time. That's why everybody's saying Ali better than you.
Right.
You know, even though Ali was off,
Right.
he wouldn't do no crap like that. You know, Ali was
Right.
way off with the Islam.
Right.
Salaki, but right after Gucci did what they did, and then like somebody they confronted him in whatever he was at.
Right.
He was like, man, I ain't worried about that. I'm trying to sweat. Like, yo, bro, he's like, you ain't got no, you first of all, go ahead.
Not to lock, yes, sir. But not to give anything to Islam, but at least when Muhammad Ali heard something or saw something happening to his people, he stood with his people before anything. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not giving
that
him.
wasn't the Islam. That was black.
That was the blackness.
That was not Islam.
And the difference is Mayweather has no blackness in him. You understand? And then he really took the cake. Slocky, so that was okay. He was okay. He was okay. I was just trying to get it burning again. Yeah, but we have to understand that the laws of America are not for us. You understand? The laws of America keep us in iniquity.
Right.
It keeps us sinning.
Right.
You understand? There's nothing good about America's laws. And like I said, you have a United States, but how can states be united when you go from state to state and laws change from state to state? You understand? You have a whole party that speaks on abortion. Can I say that? Abortion. That speaks on abortion and that is for abortion. You understand? Then you have basically another party that stands on redlining. They don't call it redlining out and out, but they believe that they should be above and away from us. You understand? They believe in that. Now you have two parties that have two different objectives to get to the same point, and that's for us. And as long as we're following America's laws, they'll always rule over us. We have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what the law, statutes, and commandments are for. The law, statutes, and commandments are to put us in our rightful rulership. You understand? What's the scripture? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Right now, we're in mourning. We're in mourning because we have wicked rulership. You understand? And it's not hard to see that. Every day you look at the news, you see wicked rulership.
Right.
You understand? You see how the laws of America always go against us. Think about this, right? The Coast Guard just made what? The biggest drug bust in U.S. history with 20,000 pounds of cocaine, right? They showed 30 Coast Guards, there had to be 30 or 40 of them standing at attention in front of all of this cocaine.
I ain't come off no speedboat.
Wait a minute, definitely didn't come off a speedboat, and it definitely didn't come from Venezuela. You understand what I'm saying?
I can't wait till Monday. We might have to do. No, go. No, go ahead.
But
Look at that.
they refuse to say where it came from. Now, if you understand anything about shipping and boating or anything, everything that has cargo on it, it has a point where it came from and where it is going. So with this 20,000 pounds, a manifest, and with this 20,000 pounds of cocaine, guess who got arrested? Nobody. Nobody. Why is that? They didn't listen. They didn't even mention a country of origin. See, listen, America's laws have been made to be broken. You understand? And America is the one who breaks her own laws. We're not allowed to break America's laws. You understand what I'm saying? And this is the reason why, you know what I heard Commanding General Johannes Salakia, General Mahaiman, say one time. He said, if you follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, you won't break America's laws. If we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, it's damn near impossible unless they just have a desire to do exactly what they're doing to us already anyway. You understand? And they'll what do they call it when they know you didn't do it, but they charge you for it anyway? They'll put charges on you. You understand what I'm saying? And it has been done. We see brothers and sisters that've been locked up for 20. They just released somebody, a brother that was locked up for 30 years.
It always be brothers. I don't never see a white person like, I've been finally free. They exonerated me, and
right,
and they had the evidence was wrong, and boom, boom, boom. And I never. Go ahead.
Think about.
I never seen a story of a heathen
then never
exonerated from their crimes because they got it wrong.
20 years later, 30 years later. You understand what I'm saying?
It's probably out there, but I never seen it.
But they have to do what they have to. So if every so many, if every
hit the eyeball.
If after every so many years, think about this, right? If after so many years, we always see people get exonerated after 20, 30, even 40 years, right? The one thing that you notice about all of these people is that, of course, you're grateful to be exonerated, but none of these people ever yell and scream and said, I've been wronged. You understand what I'm saying? Because they've been broken in the system. Right. You understand? We've been broken in the system so much so that we just happy to just be alive. You understand what I'm saying? And that's right. It's only right too. You understand what I'm saying? But there be no protest for those people who were exonerated after 20 and 30 years after their lives have been destroyed. You understand what I'm saying? Where's the protest for that? We can protest for all of these other nations following these laws, statutes, and commandments. It's nothing wrong with standing up for our people. Let's stand up for our people in that instance right there. You understand? Read that again for me.
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Think about what that's saying right there, right? Can two walk together except they be agreed? You understand? We can't walk in America's laws and walk in the Most High's laws at the same time and be agreed with America. You can't mix and blend America's laws with the Most High's laws. That's not agreeable. You understand? That's two laws going in two different directions. You understand? You got to take one and leave the other one. Just like Cap said earlier, right? You can't love money or man. What do you say? You can't love man and mammon, right?
Right.
You can't love man and money too. You got to have one or the other.
Right.
Understand? You got to love these laws, statutes, and commandments. This is what we stand on right here. in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, this is what we stand on. We stand on these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
You understand? Drop that. And we're going to go to Baruch chapter 4, verse 3.
That's apocryphal, right?
Huh?
It's apocryphal. Baruch.
Yes.
Huh.
You got that? You understand? We got to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. America is not going to be any help to us. You understand? America is not going to help us. You understand? We gotta follow the Most High. These laws, statutes, and commandments is what's going to bring us up out of this thing right now. Now, right now, America's government, America's falling, and America will not get up. You understand? America definitely will not get up. And when any kingdom falls, another kingdom always rises. So when America falling, we need to start rising right now. And the only way we're going to really rise is rise under these laws, statutes, and commandments. Rise under this real understanding. Rise under this wisdom. You understand? This is true wisdom right here in this Bible.
Right.
You understand? Just only have to be taught properly. And the only place to be taught properly is right here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana. You know?
You said Baruch chapter what?
Chapter 4, verse 3.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 3.
Let's start at verse 1.
Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever.
Hey, listen, these laws are forever. You understand? That means when America is destroyed, these laws will live on. That means another empire is going to rise, and that's the empire of Israel. And this empire is going to last forever. Go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life.
All that keep it shall come to life. And right here in the ISUPK, we are to life. You understand? We are living. Go ahead.
But such as leave it shall die.
And the people that leave this truth shall die. You understand? And it doesn't necessarily mean physically die, but you're going to die spiritually. You understand? Anybody living in America's laws, anybody who lives by America's laws are dead spiritually. You understand? Look at America's laws like we always say. You understand that LGBTQ and all of the other things. Listen, America is a terrorist nation.
Right.
America is a terrorist nation. America is a drug nation.
Right.
Those cartels are operating under the authority of America. Think about it, right? They bomb in Venezuela, but you have drugs coming right out of America. You have the Mexican cartel right there. Why are they not bombing the Mexican cartel? Because they are funneling and they are, what did I meant to say?
Funneling.
Funding those cartel. You understand? Those cartels, listen, the Mexican border is right there off of America. You understand? Those cartels are being funded by America. Think about it, right?
Right.
Even the terrorist groups in all of these other countries, Al-Qaeda was started by America.
Right.
You understand? What's the other one? Hamas was started by America. You understand? ISIS was started by America. Thank you, Officer Quran, because I almost forgot that one. You know what I mean? Because America likes to destabilize all these other nations by law. Think about this. The Brookings Institute, you got that app on your phone, the Brookings Institute?
Sir.
They tell you how they established all of those terrorist groups. You understand? the Brookings Institute. They have it written page by page how they establish those terrorist groups to destabilize countries like Libya, Syria. You understand? Trying to do they destabilize Iraq. You understand? Sudan. You know, the Sudan is totally destroyed. These are America's laws that they're implementing in other nations to destabilize and destroy other nations. America's laws are made to be broken.
Right.
You understand? America's laws destabilize other nations. America is nothing but a terrorist nation with terrorist laws. You understand? And as blacks and Hispanics, we should know how terroristic America is. You understand? I mean, think about this, right? They actually send in ICE agents, unidentifiable, with masks on, just running up, snatching people off the street. No, what do they call it? No warrants or no nothing. Think about it, right? We talk about no knock warrants, but they have ICE agents lawfully by America's law just running up, snatching people off the street, kidnapping people. Kidnapping is lawful in America. This is what ICE is doing right now. They even kidnapped some Negroes. They came in and terrorized a tenement building in Chicago of Negroes. Had them out in the street, handcuffed, families, men, women, and children, legally by law. Nobody said I'm taking you to court because it's lawful in America. America's laws are made to be broken. These are the same things that America said we won't do, but America turns around and does them. You understand? This is the reason why General Muhammad said, if we follow America, if we follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, we won't break America's laws. America's kingdom is falling and our kingdom is rising.
Right.
All we have to do is continue to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and we'll be in righteous rulership. A lot of the times we don't understand that America is a terrorist nation. America is the terrorist of the earth. And like we said before, all of those terrorist groups were started by America to destabilize all of those other nations. ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, all of those nations. Think about this, right? They even actually funded Osama bin Laden in the late 90s. And had him campaigning, overthrowing other nations over in the Middle East.
They're a bunch of thugs.
Then they
like a man.
Then in
Go ahead.
Salakia, but then Osama bin Laden turned on them, and then they had to go over there and destroy the beast that they created. Nation.
Let's not forget what happened down there in DC. You don't even hear about that. Like National Guard members getting unalive.
Oh, the National. Oh, yeah. Listen, Salaki, look at that. And I damn near forgot about that. The National Guards. Wait, Salaki.
They want us to forget about it because,
listen,
if I could, Madame, they want us to forget about it because they want to back into that because he had ties with the
he was a CIA operative.
He was an operative.
He was helping them in Afghanistan to overthrow that Afghanistan government. Ain't that some? You know what?
Go ahead.
Listen, and you right, Cap Salakia. I ain't getting too far, but I damn near, by everything else that's going on, I damn near forgot about that.
That's why.
And that thing, they covering that up.
Oh yeah, not only are they covering it up, the mass media, social media, a lot of the media outlets, they firing off at so many cylinders, right?
Right.
Which is okay because there's so many stories going out. Well, you talking about military troops, sworn in military troops,
Right.
dying on American soil in
Yep.
the name of another nation,
Yep.
and you're not talking about it. I mean, that's suspicious.
Not at all.
Is that propaganda or is it not propaganda?
That's proper.
This should be taken as a terrorist attack, but they deem it as they making it look like some off-wing. Like it's not even being taught. This was a terror attack on American soil. Literally, a foreign person from a foreign country, unalived American troops
Right.
that were stationed to defend America.
Right.
I mean, goddamn.
Right. That's why they if you look on ISUPK Baltimore TikTok, that's why the news clip that I posted was I don't know if it was which country it was, but that's why the Arab country said y'all trained them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's no problem.
They had no reason to say nothing about it because they nobody saying that this might be this might be that, but they made it sure to say, well, y'all trained them. Because exactly what you're saying. Because they know that this is a terrorist attack.
Exactly.
Because it's somebody of another ethnicity, you know what I'm saying, that is attacking your military.
Right.
That you put here to do the purpose of the job that they assigned to for the people.
And listen, and both nations can spend it, Madonna. I'm off it. I'm off it.
Oh no, I got something to say after
Oh,
you.
please. And both nations can spend it because why? American trained.
Right.
So I don't know who was it. Afghan?
He's Afghan. He's Afghan.
Yeah.
And Afghanian nationality.
Right.
So both of them can play the story. He can say, "Listen, he's one of y'all."
Salah.
And then on the flip side, Trump can say he's Afghan. It's like he's like you can't spin it no way, so you can't have a headline portraying both sides. You know what I mean? Please,
Salah, yes, sir. This is what you really need to think about. How many of those operatives did they bring over here? They brought hundreds of those operatives over here. Not only that, think about this right now. I want you to think about this as an analogy, right? You ever seen a kid come home and knock on the door and the parent open the door and the kid got a raccoon in their hand? A rabid raccoon. And he say, "Mommy, look what I found, a cat." That's what America did by bringing him home. They brought a rabid animal home, a dangerous animal home. Mom, look what I got. You understand what I'm saying? And now two people. Well, did the other one?
I think one of them made it. The one of them died. One of them made it.
I know the female. The female passed.
One of them passed away.
The female passed, but they said the other one was in critical condition.
No.
But so now
that's how vague they're not even talking about it anymore.
Right. So
Crazy.
because they know they effed up themselves. But if, like I said, when you step back and look at it, right? How many of those operatives did they bring? So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Remember, the tip is always the smallest part. You got hundreds of them already here. So what's to say that they not already making sleeper cells? Now, we're going to drop that.
So this, Trump got blood on his hand. You talking about Washington, D.C., already running by the Secret Service.
Right.
They regular Metro Metro Police. All the ground forces are, I mean, like, heavy, like
right,
cutting all that. Like you ride through like downtown DC,
right,
with the Capitol buildings and everything like that. You riding past Secret Service cats,
right?
They already there for that,
right?
Like ain't nobody running up on nothing,
right?
He doing all this for all this militant theatrics. I bit my tongue. Militant theatrics,
right? And
then if they wasn't there, they still be alive,
right?
They'll still be alive, like. It was absolutely unnecessary for the military troops to be done.
Right.
I'm off it.
So people talking about
the media can't talk about it because the propaganda is controlled.
You know what, Cap? We doing a radio show again.
I know. I'm off.
Listen, man.
I'm off it though. Go ahead.
You got that scripture?
Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob.
Did we start at the top?
Khan. Let me start at the top.
Oh, let me see. Hold on. Oh yeah, we did start there. You right. We had 2.
Khan. Verse 2. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
Hey, listen, we got to take hold of this truth. We got to take hold of these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? We have to be that light. You understand? We have to shine. We have to show our strength. You understand? We are the true biblical Jews of the Bible. These laws, statutes, and commandments have been given to us. You understand? Go ahead.
That thou mayest be illuminated.
That thou mayest be illuminated. What you said about that, Cap? We got to be illuminated. We got to be the ones to shine. We got to be the ones that stand. Go ahead. Oh, read it from the top.
Did you start at 1?
Come on, sir. You was out there when we started. You want to start at the top?
Verse 3.
Verse 3.
Oh, you at 2 right now?
Come on, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, read it again.
We just that was at the bottom of 3.
Yeah,
2.
Meaning that was at the bottom of 3.
2.
Meaning that's what makes us shine.
That's what makes us shine.
What makes us sparkle.
Right.
Not a chain, not a record deal, not a mansion, but our morality.
Our morality is law, statutes, and commandments.
It's a scripture that says when we do that, when we follow, paraphrase it, man. I think it's in Deuteronomy. The other nations look in awe at us.
Right. I know which one you're talking about.
You know the one. They look in awe at us,
and they say, what nation are thee that have a God that draws so nigh unto thee?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what makes us illuminate.
Because of us following the law, statutes, and commandments, we illuminate. We stand above the rest. What do they say about the cream? The cream rises to the top. We rise, and people see it. Listen, even in our destruction, right? We still rise to the top as a people. People notice that we are great at all things. Now imagine if we were to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. Imagine if we were to show our morality. Imagine if we already show empathy for the other nations, but imagine us showing that empathy and sympathy for our own people. You understand? And I'm talking about the people who are in the positions of power, who are willing to give up those positions of power to show the sympathy for their own people, to show the love, you understand, for their own people. Are we still we finished with that? Are we still? Oh no.
Verse 3.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. Verse 3. Give not thine honor to another.
Give not thine honor to another. And that's what we do with America. We show honor to America. You understand? We give all of our love to America. You understand? We represent America for the stars and the stripes. We stand for that pledge we talked about that earlier. The pledge of allegiance. You pledge your allegiance to America, and you take your allegiance from your own people. Think about this. We see that every day with those big heads up in those Senate seats in the Congress, our black people in those Senate seats in Congress. We see them giving their honor to another people, giving their honor to another nation. You understand? For what do they call it? Foregoing their own people. You understand? Forgetting about us. We always say that. They go ahead, sir.
Moses, real quick. Moses said, "You know what? The hell with this seat.
Right.
I need to free these people. He can't. He got to understand. He was second in command.
Right.
If he was really about it, he'd be pushing back against him. You'd be trying to find a loophole. How can I help my people? Type.
Right.
Salah, go ahead.
Moses said, I had to step down in and be with my people. Get his feet in the mud. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He said he had to get himself dirty too. You understand what I'm saying? But when we see these black leaders that we have, these people that we elect, listen, think about this, right? The Most High, again, this is how we keep ourselves in iniquity. The Most High tells us not to vote and put people over us that are not of our nation.
Right.
Even the people of our nation that are not following the law, statutes, and commandments, we are not to put there. Not unless the Most High tells us. You understand? But we are not to vote with these people, but we do it, and we continue to look. We continually look toward these people for as a savior. You understand what I'm saying? Now look at this Sister Jasmine Crockett. Did you see her? Now she ready to run for Senate or something like that. Yo, it's
theatrical.
Listen,
I see right through it. Salam, yeah.
And the thing is this is the thing though, right? Because we went into this phase of, and I don't want to get too far off, but black girl power, woman boss this and boss that. When our sisters see that, our sisters cling right to that. And then our sisters follow that. And now she has a whole following. Think about this, right? When Kamala Harris began to run, those sisters at that college got together, and in less than a week, they raised $1.5 million. And after she took their $1.5 million and lost, she couldn't even give them a thank you. She didn't even show up like she was supposed to and give them a.
She owed after her election.
Right.
She owed money.
Right. After her election. Nobody didn't bring that up either. They forgot about that.
Right.
That got swept up under the rug.
Right.
You understand? And wait a minute. You know she about to run for governor of California now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kamala. Camel Hoof Harris.
And look, if I could, can I mention something on the Crockett? I seen snippets of a video, right? The snippets of the video was nothing about policy,
Right.
nothing about what she's going to do for black, nothing about anything.
Nope.
It was all about what Trump said about her.
Right.
So if you anti-Trump, you
Right.
pro-me.
Right.
Like you look like
Right.
no policies, no nothing. Just Trump hates me, so you gotta vote for me.
Well, who does that remind you of?
Kamala is the same thing.
Wait a minute. No, somebody else even worse.
What Democrat?
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. what did Biden say, right? What did Biden say? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You understand what I'm saying? So we keep falling for the propaganda, right? And America's laws are nothing but propaganda. America's laws make us believe and listen, think about this too, right? Another American law. Like every year, we keep fighting for civil rights. We keep fighting for civil rights. But think about this. Every American citizen is born with civil rights. So if you're still fighting for civil rights, what does that tell you? That those laws that America have does not apply to you if you're a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native. You don't have civil rights. But guess what? That Ethiopian that comes over here, he has civil rights. The African that comes over here, he has civil rights. The Arabs that come over here, he has civil rights. That CIA agent that America brought over here from Africa had civil rights. Somalians have civil rights. You understand? All of these Asians have civil rights. Think about this. How many times have you seen an Asian commit a crime and they don't handcuff them? They just walk them to the car and put them in the car.
Right.
That's civil rights. You understand? Now, how many times have you been innocent and they unalive you right on the street? And when I say you, I'm talking about us as a family, blacks, Hispanics, and natives. How many times have they done that to us? America's laws are made to be broken. But the people who can break America's laws are the so-called oppressors. You understand? The white man can break those laws. We can't sit in positions of power and believe we can do the same thing that our oppressor can. We can't do that. And if you're from Baltimore, you remember Catherine Pugh. You understand? You remember Sheila Dixon. You remember Stephanie Rollins Blake. You understand? You see how they got ousted, right? Because they tried to be as the oppressor. And you saw what happened to them, right? That should go to show you that America's laws are made to be broken, but not by us. You understand? You can drop that, right? I want to ask another question. You understand? What is what everybody should know what our foundation is, right? Our foundation is the law, statutes, and commandments, and that's how the nation will be built, and that's how the nation is being built right now.
Right.
You understand? Give me I want to go to Deuteronomy. Matter of fact, let's slow down, because what do we have coming up right now?
Oh, we got the 57th annual Lord's Passover.
You ready to hit that?
Yep.
Okay.
Ready to give our viewers a
How many minutes we got? I mean, what's that, a minute?
minute where
Oh, I thought you ready to run the commercial, right?
Ghana Wakan.
Go ahead, run that commercial.
Sure.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Yeah. Right. Hell of a commercial. We got commercials and everything now, man. Listen, Israel is the foundation. You understand? We are the foundation. You understand? We are the Most High's chosen people. He gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments. I want to go into Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. You understand? We are the chosen people of the Most High. You understand? And being chosen, we have to step up to the plate and take on these laws, statutes, and commandments. Follow them. We have to train up our children to follow them. Listen, the first generation of slaves that came over here, right? They understood that they were slaves. They fought to get out. They became runaways. They started riots, revolts, different things like that to be free. You understand?
Right.
That second generation grew up in slavery, understood that, you know, the condition that they were in wasn't right. You understand? They fought too. You understand? But by the third and the fourth generation, they began to be homegrown slaves.
Right.
Meaning, began to believe that slavery was the condition that they were meant to be in. You understand? And as so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this day, we believe that this is the condition that we are supposed to be in. We believe that we are supposed to be in poverty. We believe that we're supposed to be poor. We believe that we're not supposed to own anything in our own communities. And if anybody in our community ever comes up and gets anything, we usually drag them down. You understand? We believe that, you understand, the hood was created for us. You understand? We believe that the ghettos were created for us. The ghettos were not created for us. The ghettos were actually created for our oppressor. You understand? We have to understand that we are a better people. We are a chosen people. You understand? And we're about to read about that. You understand? Go ahead.
Khan, this is Deuteronomy chapter 3, chapter 14.
Let's start at verse 1.
Chapter 14, verse 1. Ye are the children of the Lord your God.
Hey, listen, we are the children of the Lord thy God. You understand? We are his chosen children. Go ahead.
Ye shall not cut yourselves,
Go ahead.
nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
Salakia, sir. You understand that?
Ye are the children of the Lord your God. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor
that brandishing, that's called that he does.
Oh, that's the cues.
Brandishing yourself and your tattoos and all that stuff like that.
Oh, making baldness.
And you see what the Africans be doing and cutting up their face and all that stuff like that.
Yeah, got the slices.
Yeah, listen, don't be doing all that. All right, that's heathenistic. I mean, that ain't our culture. And them tattoos is cutting you up too. Go ahead.
What's that say? The Ethiopians.
Khan.
What that scripture?
Ooh, slang on my sword.
No, Salakia. The scripture is, as the Ethiopians can't change his skin, the cheetah can't change his stripes, right? And that Ethiopians, you know, they put all of that print on their face because that's what makes them.
That's just representing. That's representing
Their culture, right?
Their ways, like a tiger gonna be a tiger. You know what I mean?
Right.
He gonna hunt. He gonna unalive. He gonna, terrorize or what have you.
Right.
That's the nature of the heathen.
Right.
That's what it's representing.
Okay.
But this here is talking about, don't be doing what them Hamites be doing.
Yeah.
Don't be doing what these goddamn East Indians be doing, cutting up their face, all these markings, brandishing, like them sororities be doing. Don't be doing that. Go ahead.
Nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead.
You know what I'm saying? Don't be doing none of them rituals they be doing.
Right.
And these heathens, man, we bury our dead and that's that.
Khan.
Okay.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. For thou art an holy people.
We separate from them. We ain't. You got nothing. I'm do the whole thing.
Listen again. I was like, listen. I meant to call you earlier about that.
Yeah.
That's where I slipped up.
No, you good. You got it.
But I say, go ahead.
Verse 2. Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2.
You heard me, Cap? I said, I got it.
You knew that.
I got it for that. Yeah, go ahead.
For thou art an holy people.
It says, for thou art an holy people. And of course, what does holy mean? What does holy mean? Somebody online tell us what holy means. We're going to give you 20 seconds. 20 seconds to let us know what holy means. Somebody put it up. Somebody punch it in. Let us know what holy means.
Oh, also, while we waiting for that, sir, we have the Feast of Hanukkah.
Shalaki.
December the 14th.
Is your mic on?
Khan.
Go ahead.
December the 14th. So if y'all are in DC or you in Baltimore, we'll be holding the Hanukkah, or in Eastern Shore. We'll be holding the Feast of Hanukkah at the Baltimore location, 3430 Eastern Avenue.
It's going to be a whole service, and we're going to have food and everything. We're going to be conjoining with our brothers and sisters. We're going to have a good old time here. You understand? So come on down and celebrate. This is the high holy day. This is the holy day that we should be celebrating. We shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. Again, that's another law that we are breaking. You understand? Following the heathen, following the oppressor.
Yes.
You understand?
And
Go ahead.
Salak, we have a comment.
Go ahead.
Arnaz said that sacred spirituality, spiritually pure, or connected to a God or higher power.
Holy,
Okay.
holy means to be separate. You understand? Holy means to be separate. And the Most High gave us the laws, statutes, and commandments because we were a separate people. You understand? The Most High loves Israel.
Ask yourself this. What do you separate? Say it. What do you ask yourself this? What are you separate from? Oh,
Yeah. Ask yourself, you understand? What are you separate from? You understand? Go ahead.
She also said dedicated to God.
on it.
It's on it. Yeah, it's on it in that ballpark. You understand? And like we said before, you understand, holy means to be separate. Not separate from your people, because we are one nation, but separate from the other nations. You understand? We separated from the other nations. You understand? We are a holy people unto the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse.
Still at 2. You can start at the top again.
Verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thine God.
Go ahead.
And the Lord have chosen thee.
Say that again.
The Lord has chosen thee.
Hey, listen, it says the Lord had chosen thee out of all the nations. You understand? The Most High chose Israel. You understand? At that, it's 18 nations. The Most High chose Israel. You understand? Just like you have a special pair of shoes, you may have a special jacket, you may have a special, you understand, pair of socks that you like the most. You understand? You choose them. You have many pairs, but you like them the most. You like those heels the most. You understand? Well, the Most High chose Israel because he loves us more than any other nation. Go ahead.
To be a particular people.
A peculiar people.
You understand? Peculiar people.
We are a peculiar people. We are a special people. When people look at us, they can tell that we are different from everybody else. And think about this, right? Even in the destruction that we in right now, we rise above every other nation. Think about it. You understand? Look at the East Indians. And I'm using them as a nation, right? Name your best East Indian basketball player. Football player. Name your best East Indian doctor. You understand what I'm saying? Name a great East Indian doctor. Let's go there. Name a great East Indian mathematician.
I only know one doctor.
Yeah, because
I don't know, because we from Baltimore.
That's because we from Baltimore. You understand?
You know the one, the black surgeon.
Who you talking about? Ben?
Yeah.
You talking about the black one?
Yeah.
No, but we know a lot of them though. You understand? I'm saying we know them, right? But
I mean, other cats out of Baltimore,
they know them too. You understand? But
Carson, right?
Ben Carson. We not saying that there aren't any, but when we talk about the ones that rise to the occasion, it's us.
In every field.
Think about the two sisters last year. I believe it was last year or the year before that proved the theory of relativity. The two little black girls. NASA came in to scoop them right up. They wasn't Asian. They wasn't East Indian. I ain't even never heard of them talking about any Asians or East Indians doing anything in science that was real prolific. You understand what I'm saying? But when you focus on them a lot, of course, you're going to see them a lot. But the theory of relativity that they proved, that was two little black girls. We are peculiar people. We rise to the occasion. Listen, even in the poverty, Think about these other nations. These other nations are not in the type of poverty that we're in. They're not in the type of what am I saying? The slavery, the oppression. There we go. They're not suffering from the oppression that we're suffering from. And yet, even in the oppression that we suffer from, we still rise to the occasion. We still overcome all odds. You don't see that from other nations of people. Go ahead, sir.
Not only in like in the entertainment field,
Right.
like it's so important as you said in the medical field also.
That's why I stepped off into that.
The most popular surgeon in America is black.
Right.
Carson.
Right.
The most famous astrophysicist in America
Right.
is DeGrasse.
Right.
Black man.
Wait till these two little young girls come up with the NASA program.
Forget about it. The moon landing itself, the calculations, the mathematics behind it was done by a black woman. They don't even know. Goddamn.
Well, wait a minute.
in every field, we exceed everybody.
What's a calculator?
Come on now.
What's a person who adds numbers, who adds numbers up? That was a person. Before they had that handheld, that's a calculator. That's where calculator comes from, is from them sisters. You understand? Because they was in there computing numbers. When you can compute them numbers in your head like that, and you can, that's us, period. And think about the oppression they was living under at that time. They totally hated. They totally hated.
It was late 60s, right?
Yeah. No, that was the early 60s.
But we went in did we go?
Yeah,
in
68, 69.
68,
I think
we went to the moon 68, 69.
Something like
But
that.
up until then, they crunching the numbers.
Right.
We talking about the time of draft papers.
Compute.
Remember draft papers?
Yeah.
When you had to do a draft first.
Right.
Then write your final answer on a regular paper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's the harmony game. Can't remember that. I wanted to say, man, that's so amazing what y'all saying, because Somalians, right, in their oppression, they just become thieves.
Come on.
They become pirates.
They become
Wait a minute. They go from Ethiopians to Somalians. You go from a regular Ethiopian to a pirate. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, that's natural.
And they say that we don't work hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we was left alone, like we would be more dynamic.
Advanced than anybody.
We would be more advanced than America, because if you Khan
after slavery.
Khan. And we talked about with Salakia, sir. We also talked about that, right? Think about after slavery. We talked about that when Tulsa, Oklahoma. But why did Tulsa? And we also talked about why Tulsa, Oklahoma fell too, right? Because first off, we were not gathered together.
Right.
You understand? And the one thing that even in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that rubbed off on us is we always had a caste system. We always had blacks that always felt like they were better than other blacks. You're already battling one enemy right here, and now you make another enemy within your house. Yeah, and didn't have the truth. And we said that earlier, that they didn't have the truth. And that's the reason why all of those little cities and towns all around America, that was Black Seneca Village, what was that called? Rosewood, and all of that. That's why those towns fell.
Right.
You understand? That's why those towns fell. That's why we got so many brothers falling into Islam today. You understand? That's why they so destroyed. I have yet to see really them fix anything in America. You understand? It's time for us to rise now. And that's what we're doing right now. You understand? That's what we're doing right now. Where we at?
We at Deuteronomy chapter 14 at the bottom of, still in verse 2.
Go ahead.
Has chosen thee to be a peculiar people,
right,
unto himself, above all the nations.
Say that again.
Above all the nations.
Some of the nations.
All the nations.
Part of the nation.
All the nations.
A little bit of the nation.
All the nations.
It says all the nations. Go ahead.
that are upon the earth.
That are upon the earth. Listen, we are supposed to be above all the nations that are upon the earth. We're supposed to be over everybody. You understand? That's the way. Listen, this is the reason why the Most High gave us these laws, statutes, and commandments, so that we could run this earth and be over all the nations that are upon the face of the earth. We talked about it earlier. These other nations are supposed to be looking towards us for guidance. They're supposed to be looking towards us, you understand, for confirmation in anything that they do. But yet, we are the ones looking for the confirmation. We looking for guidance from the Islams, you understand, from Christianity and different things like that, painting ourselves in America's Star-Spangled Banner. You understand, pledging allegiance to the nation that's totally destroying us. You understand? America's laws are made to be broken.
Right.
You understand? But we love upholding America's laws, and that's why we destroyed as a nation of people. Go ahead.
It's verse.
Oh,
3.
yeah, you can drop that.
Yeah, come.
You can go ahead and drop that. You understand? Give me Deuteronomy. We're going to hit the Deuteronomies now. 1. Deuteronomy 28:1. All we have to do is just learn from our past mistakes. You understand? We've been following America since we've been here on the shores of America.
Come.
And look where it has gotten us. You understand? We still slaves in America. We're the only people in America that don't own any industries in America. Think about this. The Asians right now own the whole hair industry in America.
Right.
The Ethiopians, we was just talking about the Somalians. They over here, they own damn near all of the gas industries in America, the gas stations that are in our neighborhoods in America. You understand? How somebody have to tell me, how does the Arabs come over here and own all the chicken spots? Hip hop. How do they own? And the thing about it is they own hip hop, and then they got the Hispanics working in the back. They got our brothers working in the back. And that's what I noticed that the Asians do too. The Arabs got the Hispanics working in the back, and the Asians got the Negroes working in the back. Or vice versa.
So you go, them Hispanic grocery stores,
Yeah.
owned by the Japanese.
Right. Yeah. Owned by, but they put the face of the Hispanics up the front, so that we will come in and we will feed them. You understand? Because a lot of them are beginning to understand that when we look in and we look in and we see the alien, no, that's all right, I ain't going in there. So what they doing is they putting, just like urban seafood spot, seafood and chicken in the urban shopping center, the sub shop. A few years back, it used to be the Asians up the front. Now they took the Asians out and they got all the Hispanics. I even went in there. I went in there today. They got a black dude working in the back. Not an African, but a black dude working in the back. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to understand that these people can't really function without us. So we have to start taking advantage of that. Now, listen, for a long time, I used to always say, we can actually, you understand, silently boycott these stores. Let these stores shut down and then pick these stores up ourselves. You understand? Start employing our own people. You understand? Start using our morality. You understand? Our sympathy and empathy with our own people. You understand? That's how it should be. You understand? And go ahead, sir.
If we want real liberation, we'll separate completely by following the law that you're bringing up.
Right.
And then, Christ will come back and really put an end to this matter.
Right. But we on the way to that now, right? Because once this World War III pop off, boy, that's gonna be a wrap. And I can't wait till the first bomb drop. I used to be in fear.
Yep, me too.
But when you get into this truth and you get understanding and you see how things are supposed to work and how this is written out, you begin to understand and you begin to say like, yo, I'll be glad when that bomb drops. Because you're going to understand that when it actually drops, you're not going to be here. You understand? Go ahead.
No, me and my brother, my older brother was younger. We used to be like, they used to be talking about Christ gonna come back,
Right.
and you know how we gonna just be praising him in heaven forever, right? I used to be like, yo, I do not want to stand up in heaven and praise, yo. I'm thinking like church, like we
Right.
just sit there like, oh,
Yeah.
like, yo, I don't want to do that forever, yo. And then my brother would be like, man, I hope it don't come yet. Like, I'm trying to have some kids. Like, yo, but now, like coming into the truth, it's like, yo,
Yeah, your understanding
You get the-
becomes your understanding. First off, the blinders begin to be taken away, and you begin to understand it comes into you. You understand what I'm saying? And that was the same thing with me, right? Because when I heard that in church, you know what I mean? It sounded like so boring. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, do I really want to do that? I remember when a buddy of mine used to say, man, I don't want to go to heaven with the goody goodies. Yo, I want to go to hell. I want to be down there having fun, shooting dice and shit like that. You know what I mean? And, you know, you start thinking about it like, dang, yo, he sound like right. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I don't want to be able to all that because I grew up in Catholic church. You understand what I'm saying? So that wasn't a good look for me. You know what I mean? It didn't seem good to me. But just like you said, when you come into this truth, those blinders begin to be removed from you, and then you begin to get the understanding. You understand? So now we sitting, we just waiting, just like Commanding General Yohana said, prepare yourself. You understand?
right.
Load up. You understand? Start stocking up. You understand? Because once that order comes down, you understand, all hell breaks loose. We gonna be prepared.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna be prepared. Commanding General Yohana has totally prepared us for them end times. You understand? So it's up to y'all whether y'all want to come into this truth. You understand? You want to come into this truth and you want to live, or if you want to follow those laws of America and you want to die. You understand? That's what it comes down to. Truth you live. You understand? What was that Scarface song, right? Truth you live, and in anything else you die. You understand? Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, y'all was just being bored by that time. Yo. That was yeah. That was Scarface. That was one of his early in the 1990s albums. You know what I mean?
We know the bigger names though.
Yeah.
Biggie,
Yeah.
We don't know the hits.
Yeah, Scarface was the 80s. Yeah, that was my I be showing my age, right?
But no. So can I
Go ahead, sir.
Back on one thing?
Go ahead, sir.
Like we don't understand Christ's return and them bomb dropping and the wars that's coming.
Right.
It may sound horrific to a Christian,
Right.
only because they don't understand it's freedom for them.
Right.
When I say Christian, I'm talking about a black Christian.
Right.
Us.
Right.
It's liberation for us.
Right.
It is going to be like massive destruction for sure.
Right.
But our oppressor ain't going to be in control.
Con.
That's the whole glory behind World War III, Christ's return, the great battle. It's because their reign will be over. And my family and our families, and we will be
Free.
Right? I mean, god damn.
Yeah.
So allow you to interject.
And that's the truth right there. You know what I mean? And it sounds just like you said, Cap. It sounds horrific, but in the end, when you get understanding, That's what we sitting and waiting on. I listen. It was a time where I feared that to happen.
Same.
I didn't want to see that happen. You know what I mean? We got to do something where we ain't warring. You know what I mean? And then you get the understanding, and that, like I said before, that veil gets torn away, and then you be like, yeah, them bombs got to drop. You understand what I'm saying? And
I see one more.
it is what it is. Go ahead, sir.
I found comfort in thinking. Well, I thought this was fact in my mind because what I was told growing up. I thought America could never be destroyed. I was told it was like I was growing up and I was, people above me was telling me like America can never be destroyed. It's a great country. I felt comfort in that.
Right.
I'm saying coming to the truth, being in the knowledge of the truth, and I was like, listen, first of all, that ain't true.
Right.
And it has to happen.
Right.
And it needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? That theory alone is like, that comfort. What does Scripture say about the comfort and being comforted by America?
Yeah.
And falling on that reed, falling on that staff, and spike you.
Yep.
Come on.
Hey, listen, we always there, especially, listen, I always tell people, when that Dream Team came out, listen, I was totally in the spirit of America. And just like you, we could not be beat. Nobody beats America. We can't be, ain't no country around here, ain't nobody can beat us. You understand what I'm saying? And then, like I said, when your eyes, just like even before I came into the truth, that was my feeling. Nobody could beat America. We can't be destroyed. And coming into this truth, I got a full dose of understanding. You understand? And then, like I said, we see it all day now. And we know that in order for us to be free, in order for us to get that righteous rulership, America has to fall.
Right.
America has to be destroyed. These laws have to go away so that righteous rulership can come in and really rule this earth the way it's supposed to be run. You understand? And that's going to be run under these laws, statutes, and commandments. And these laws, statutes, and commandments are going to live forever. That's what the scriptures say. You understand? There is no, listen, we used to always think that in the Bible, you understand, this earth going to be destroyed and a whole new earth is going to come down and we're going to be on another different planet, something like that. And everybody going to have wings and stuff like that. We're going to be flying around, going from here to there, being able to zip and blink out and blink in like that. No, heaven going to be right here on earth. Our descendants are going to be right here on earth. We're going to be back into this earth and we're going to rule. You understand? It's going to be righteous rulership. I remember when Captain Soccer War said, we're going to be looking in the museum and we're going to see the oppressors in the museum. We're going to be like, damn, is they the people that was ruling? They had us in slavery. We ain't going to be able to believe it at that time, right? Just like when we went to the museum as kids, and I used to always say, like, where's the black cavemen at? You understand what I'm saying? Because you see the white cavemen, but you don't never see black cavemen, not understanding that was the people that was in those mountains and stuff like that. That's how we gonna be looking at it, like, yo, is them the people right there? That's the people right there. You understand? Ain't gonna be no different. You understand? Hey, check this out. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969. And what is that truth? That truth is that the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called natives are the greatest people that ever walked the face of this earth. And the Bible identifies us as the true biblical Jews of the Bible.
That's right.
And with that, pass the class over to Priest Officer Corrala Come.
This is the security announcement. We're the ISUPK at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from this head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After that 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, which means my Aishara in the Hebrew. Tenth of every penny of increase the Lord gives you, you give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest funds is a free will offering, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Up and coming holy convocations is HaKanukah, which is on December the 14th. If you're in the DC, Baltimore, Eastern Shore region, it'll be at the Baltimore location. You can find out the phone number and the address on the TikTok page, which is ISUPK Baltimore, or on the Facebook or on the YouTube. Matter of fact, the location is 3430 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. Phone number 443-595-7875. Remind Akim Agwakim to check on social media. Salakia. Also, up and coming is the Lord's annual 57th Passover, which will be in Houston, Texas. You know what I'm saying? That's April the 4th. Remind Akim Agwakim to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, headbands, and scarves. Men of Israel, Amadium, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute, Saw, which means turn. Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahaba Shibya Shabrakatah. Yahya Matah, class dismissed. Salaki. Sorry.
One second.
Men of Israel, we're going to give the sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amadium, Amadium Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Alathabah, Shibya Shah, Yahya Matah, class dismissed.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're